What's up? My name is Brent Nicolosi. I started an all natural protein bar company, and here's a little bit about my story and what we've been through so far. So, my brother and I, we started this about a year ago now, back in May of 25. The company's called Really Real, and the reason for starting this is because the market of protein bars is just horrible right now. So, our goal is to create a bar that has good macros and good ingredients because right now, the market only either has good ingredients and bad macros or bad ingredients and good macros. So, we're trying to find that balance of the two. So, here's a little bit about our background. So, my brother and I, we've wrestled our whole life and we had some pretty good achievements. We both wrestled in college. And this previous year, I actually just All American at Nationals. So D2 College All American. So that was pretty cool. My brother, NCAA qualifier, pretty good. And in high school, we did pretty good as well. So there's a little bit of credentials. So here's how we got this thing started. So back in May of 25, we got home from school. We went to the store, got a bunch of ingredients, and just put them all together and tried to make some bars. It started off horrible. The bars were not good at all. You don't even want to try them. I'll pop some pictures up on the screen, and we just kept going with it. And it honestly wasn't going good at first. And to be honest, we took a couple weeks off. We were like, this might not be for us. And we just kind of let it go for 2 weeks. And in that 2 week period, we were always thinking about it, but it was like, it's going to be hard, this, that. But then we really just dialed in and was like, all right, everything's going to be hard. You just got to start it. So that's exactly what we did. We just went back at it, started making flavors, started trying, seeing what worked, seeing what didn't. So it took us a few months to nail the flavors of the bars, and it was well worth it. And we started selling around September area, I would say. And around this time, I had to go back to school because I was going to my sophomore year, which is this previous year. And it was a little bit of a grind because I had to make the bar. So we had to order two of everything. So I had to go down to school because school is in North Carolina and we're from Massachusetts. So I was doing the operation down there. He was doing the operation up here. And I was trying to just get the word out down there, sell down there. He was doing the same thing up here while working a full time job. And I was in school and wrestling. So it was it was a lot, but it was well worth it. So for the whole school season, wrestling season, we were just trying to grind it out, keep it going, keep it rolling. And we just kept selling, kept making the bars. We made a couple tweaks to some of the bars, which were for the better. And yeah, we just kept doing that for a few months. And then come like February, March, my brother had to really pick up because that was my postseason time. So I really had to lock in. I wasn't spending much time on the bars just because nationals were coming up and I was really locking in. And it paid off because I All Americaned at the NCAA tournament, which was pretty cool. And then right after that, got into it and just started grinding again. So right after nationals, started picking it back up, making bars, and started selling, trying to get everything in check for when I come home, all the logistics, the website, social media, everything. So I came home in May, and it is May 27th right now, and we have been doing really good actually. We still hand make every single bar, we still mold it, we still heat seal it. Everything is through my brother and I. So he works at a gym, and we get to do pop ups there 2 to 3 times a week. So they have a bunch of different locations. So I'll go one location one day, another one the next, and then just keep doing that. We're making a ton of sales. We've sold out a few times, which is awesome. I'm ecstatic about that. And our goal for the summer is to just keep doing the same exact thing. Keep building up our brand, keep doing everything the right way, keep hustling, getting the word out there. And then in the fall time, our plan is to maybe talk to a co-man, co-packer, something like that. But right now, we are talking with a formulator, which would be a huge step for us because we really need to lock in our shelf life. Because every bar we make is just freshly made. So it doesn't have any preservatives in it, 5 to 7 ingredients per bar, depending on the flavor. And so there's no preservatives, nothing to keep that initial freshness. So we're making every bar pretty much to order. Still good to eat after a few months, but it doesn't have that initial freshness that we would like. So that's why we were talking to that food scientist slash formulator. Our plan from here is to keep talking to that formulator, get our bars dialed in with him. It's going to be a little bit of money, but it's going to be worth it. And then through the summer, we're going to keep doing our thing, keep hustling, pop ups. We're going to launch our website really soon. and we're still going to be hand making the bars with our website, which is going to be a grind, but it's going to be worth it. Until August, September, that area, we're going to keep doing this, keep hustling, and then that is when our bars should be formulated by the scientist and everything should be ready to roll. So hopefully by then, obviously in business, you never know what's going to happen. But our plan is to really get into that co-packer by the end of the year, which would be crazy for us. That'd be a huge step. That would up our production insane because right now it takes like an hour to make 50 bars. So our production isn't crazy, but it's not awful as well. So that was a little bit of a background about why we started this and who we are. So I'm going to keep posting videos on here. It could be vlogging a day. It could be what happened today. It could be something about a pop-up, something about this, that, whatever. But it's going to be documenting the process of how the business is going and how we're doing and what we plan to do from here. So thanks for watching and follow along.